2 words, Gonzalo Ramos. Erik Ten Hag is desperate for firepower up front next season. Marcus Rashford scored 30 goals last season. He's going to need someone to play with him. Maybe some competition, maybe some help, maybe someone else that can get marked. Because you take Marcus out of the game and United aren't scoring goals. It's just a sad reality of being reliant the way we were. United's chances are landing Kane, I think, will probably evolve up and down over the course of the next 2 months. But I think they're probably the wrong side of likely at the moment. I think it probably just is into the unlikely. Daniel Levy is just hard work at the best of times to deal with them. And if he doesn't want to let Harry Kane go, I genuinely believe he's stubborn enough to just make him see out his contract and try and get him to sign a new one for the entirety of next season. He said he wants 100 million, and unfortunately Daniel Levy will probably sit there with his arm folded staring at you until he gets 100 million. Especially when it's a Premier League rival. I think you would much sooner see him go to Real Madrid if they ever came in for him. Although I'm not sure Harry Kane would want that. I think it's what Levy would want, and I think Levy always wins. So Ten Hag and United have been pretty vocal about the requirement of a striker. And the pressure on getting this signing is beginning to mount, especially as the players are due to return to training in the next week or so. Gonzalo Ramos is one of the most all-round strikers in Europe right now, and he's still improving. If you know anything about him, you probably remember his exploits in the Portuguese World Cup, the game against Switzerland in the last 16 in Qatar. He was a little bit of a shock selection, chosen ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo, and the pressure must have been immense. I can't imagine how revered Cristiano Ronaldo is within the Portuguese dressing room, but he shrugged it off, and he became the first player to score a World Cup hat-trick in the knockout rounds for 32 years. And I was there. I was at the game, and he was incredible. If any scouts had been sleeping on Ramos, that would have been the game that woke them up. And his season outside of Portugal, the national team that is, has been elite. He was on absolute fire. 27 goals and 12 assists. Testament to the fact that he's not just a goal scorer, but he is a forward that brings others into the game. And he did 27 goals, 12 assists in 47 games. He has got the stature and the build to hold off defenders. He's physical enough to lead the line on his own. And I think in terms of his physical traits, he's not blisteringly quick. He's got a bit of a movement that reminds me a little bit of Robin van Persie. And he relies on that sort of guile and timing rather than raw speed to get into the right place. And the lack of pace does limit his dribbling. It means he can beat a man if he needs to create a little bit of space, but he doesn't often make the gap, take the gap, and beat people the way you've seen, say, Marcus do him. And he makes up for the other deficiencies, like the ability to generate chances from nothing, by having that really, really smart positioning and good finishing. And he's 6 foot tall. Some have got him at 6'1". He's 6'1" or 6 foot. So he's not small, and he's respectably strong. He's not bulky, and he does have a really good centre of gravity and really good ball control. And I think he passes most tests with the ball at his feet. It'd be interesting to see how he handles the more physical side of centre-halves that he would get in the Premier League. He would have a steep learning curve at Old Trafford, but I think he's got the tools to make that leap. He's becoming extremely deadly in the area, and that's why I think there's reminiscent of Robin van Persie in that sense. The finishing, the positioning to get in the right spot, he does that. He's got he's a really good header of the ball as well, and he scores quite a lot of goals for someone that's only 6 foot or 6'1". He scores a lot of goals in the air. He hits the ball well from both sides. Prefers to hit a lot of shots first time, and I like that. I don't like forwards, especially taking too many touches. I think when you take too many touches, it invites opportunity for defenders to nick in, get a toe in there, block, whatever. I think when you're hitting stuff first time, it's hard to press someone that's going to hit the ball first time, whether that's a pass or a shot. It's very, very difficult to take the ball off people that are doing that. Look, mate, I am properly excited to be sharing this one with you, and that is AG1. It's an absolute game changer in my daily routine. It is a foundational nutritional drink that has transformed how I approach my nutrition. And they are the sponsor of today's video, mate. AG1 is not your average supplement or just random green juice. It's a complete daily dose of top quality nutrition that your body needs to thrive. And I'm trying to get a bit of timber off, which means I'm dieting, which means that I'm probably lacking something in my diet. And AG1 makes sure that I'm keeping all of the good stuff in there. It's got 75 top-notch ingredients, carefully selected to nourish all your body systems, and it provides foundational nutrition for tip-top health. I've been using AG1 for about a month, and I think the results have been proper good. I start my day every single morning. I have an ice bath every morning at the moment. It took me a while, but I'm getting there. And then I have one of these. And it's an easy habit that sets the tone for the rest of the day. Just mix a scoop in with water or a travel packet in with water and you're sorted. AG1 provides the benefits of 9 different health products. It can potentially replace multivitamins, minerals, even pre or probiotics. No need for vitamin caddies anymore. AG1 gives you sustained focus and energy without the crash that you get from caffeine. If you rely on Red Bull throughout the day, then you're going to appreciate the power of ingredients. It's helping me get off the Red Bull. Not there yet, but we're getting there. And AG1 is one of the reasons why I'm going to get off there. It gives you magnesium and B vitamins and keeps your energy levels up, and it doesn't give you the jitters like you get with caffeine. AG1 supports your gut health, mate. And prebiotics, probiotics, plant-based enzymes. It's got digestion staying regular and keeps everything in top form. Believe me, health of gut is the foundation for proper well-being. It's convenient and it's simple, and they have made it absolutely essential. AG1 is trusted because it is made with top quality ingredients and it sticks to strict manufacturing standards. It's NSF certified for sport, which is the gold standard if you're an athlete, which means that what's on the label is in the powder. No one's messing about with it. And I'm buzzing the team up with AG1, give you an exclusive offer. Just head over to drinkag1.com/Stephen Howson to get started. And as a special treat, AG1 is offering me and my community 1 year free of AG vitamin D3 and K2 and 5 AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. It's a cracking deal, and I'm properly chuffed that they're sponsoring today's episode. Remember, consistency is key to looking after your health. AG1 has become a go-to for me on the health journey that I'm on, so I reckon you should give it a whirl. Head over to drinkag1.com/Stephen Howson today and nourish your body with the nutrients it deserves. And it's tasty. Check it out. And one of the things that I think Erik ten Hag would love about him is his defensive contribution. He's extremely effective winning the ball back, very clever and disciplined in how he hunts the ball down. He is in the 99th percentile, the top 1%, the elite in Europe when it comes to tackles in the attacking third. He is relentless. And the lack of speed, which is a problem in possession, doesn't seem to show itself out of possession where he looks quick. I don't know if it's because he's sort of like relentlessly pressing, but he looks quick and he closes people down quick. And that alertness and that desire all combine to make it a really, really effective area of his game. You lose the ball to an opposition defender, they don't just get a chance to reset and play out. Ramos is just on you. He's absolutely on you. And I think he's got the potential because one of the main assets of a striker is being decisive and decision-making. And that comes later in your career usually. And it's rare that you get someone in the early stages of career that has that as dialed in as Ramos has got it. And interestingly, he's been fairly quiet in terms of the links to United. And I'm not 100% sure why. He would cost a significant amount less than Harry Kane, who we've been linked with heavily this summer. His profile's probably an even better fit than Højlund, as is his ability to roam. And he could play where the likes of Rashford and Antony can play off him. Benfica is never really a cheap shop to go and get people, But if the Kane negotiations seem impossible, there is a top-class striker proven on the international stage who is more than ready to lead the line. And I think he might even be even more ready than Højlund. Not to mention the hit rate for players transitioning from the Portuguese league to the Premier League is about as good as it gets. He could turn to Ramos. I don't think Osimhen's necessarily dead. Jonathan David's gone very quiet. It looks like it's all going to happen after the Mount deal, unfortunately, because it seems like United have still not addressed this, which is the biggest need. United need a striker. Make no mistake, United need to hurry up and get one. If the Kane trail is dead, it's time to focus our attention on someone else. Ramos gets my vote. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.